Let the beat drop. I was the world's greatest spy. Look at your boy, Sleepy Night Night. And then you turn me into a pigeon. You better unbird me right now.
Technically, you kind of birded yourself.
I heard this boy.
Okay, guys, thanks for the time. Congratulations for the movie.
Thank you.
And the first question is, I understand that the film is based in a short film. Is that true?
Yeah, it was inspired by, yeah.
Yeah, and how did you get the idea for a long film?
It was really just such a funny, quirky idea of a James Bond type spy trying to have his lunch, and the complication of this pigeon wanting to do the same, and how much hilarity can ensue from something as simple as that. And you know, we love spy movies. It's one of our favorite genres of film. And we thought, you know, how much bigger of an idea, how much more trouble could a pigeon cause a spy? And you know, eventually came down to the idea that you can't really cause more trouble than turning a spy into a pigeon. And that's something that's just perfectly set up for the world of animation.
And what can you say about the story of the film and the characters?
Well, the story, the message that we want to tell is that we're better together than we are alone, which is why we turn Lance Sterling, a super awesome agent who needs nobody, who flies solo, into a pigeon who flies with a team, a flock, who needs people. So this movie is all about that guy, that super awesome agent, flies solo, and for the first time he's gonna have to rely on a team. His techie, Walter Beckett, his gadget guy, after some things go a little crazy and he's transformed into the world's greatest spy cover, a pigeon.
When I think in a spy movie, the first character to come to my mind is James Bond.
Absolutely.
And Maxwell Smart.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Who was the inspiration for this character? For the
Lance
Will Smith
Sterling?
character, yeah.
Well, when we started talking about the character of Lance Sterling, we said we want him to be different than James Bond, right? A guy who is smart, he's cool, he's charismatic, he's debonair, and he's built for action. And when we were really thinking about who would be a perfect model for that, we couldn't help but think of Will Smith. And we were over the moon when we actually pitched to him and he said he'd do it.
And it's very true what you say. When you think of a spy, you think James Bond. And as we were developing the story, people were like, "Oh, which James Bond are you making fun of?" And it really made us think that's not what we want to do. We want to create a unique spy himself. So that's really what led us down that path.
Yeah, and I was working with Will Smith and Tom Holland.
Yeah. Oh, it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
Listen, these guys are global superstars for a reason, because who they are on camera is just as great as who they are off camera. These guys are fun, they're great people, and they really care about the projects they work on. And when we work together with them, we have so much fun in the room, just coming up with great ideas, playing who these characters are, and I think it really shows on screen.
Yeah. And they're both wonderful in their own element. I mean, they're both global, and it's that contrast, that odd couple buddy comedy that really works. Their chemistry together is fantastic.
As director, what is the best thing from make animated film?
For me, it's the collaboration, right? Because to get your vision on screen, it's not just us making it. We have 500 people back at Blue Sky Studios, and every single thing that you see on the screen has to be built, has to be made, whether it's a blade of grass or a shadow. And that really comes down to communicating our ideas to a team and working together to make sure that all gets onto the screen.
That's exactly it. The same answer is these movies take years, like 4 years to put together, and as the directors, you watch the movie first in your head. So you develop the script, you're writing the story, you're coming up with the character, you're figuring all that stuff out, and you know exactly what that movie looks like. But then as you bring in more collaborators, you're surprised. And that's the most wonderful thing, when you get surprised by something. Like, oh, that's so great. I didn't think it would look like that. Like, our art department comes up with a really unique look that really separates this movie out from the rest of the Blue Sky movies and just movies that are in cinemas anyways. And then you bring in Will and Tom, and they do something a little bit different with the character, and suddenly that character comes alive in a way that you'd already pictured him one way, and they bring him alive in a different way. So it's that ability to keep surprising and entertaining as you build that group of people.
The last question is for both. Is difficult work with a co-director?
Yes.
Yes, he's the worst.
This guy.
Who is the bad guy?
Troy. No, listen, that is it could be a very difficult thing, right? Because again, our job is to bring our vision to the screen. If we have a different vision, it becomes a very difficult thing. But we've been very lucky from the very beginning that we've seen the same things, we like the same things, and we enjoy each other's company.
That's true.
So it's fun. It's great to see the odd couple relationship on screen and off screen having a lot of fun.
And in case you were wondering, he's the odd part of the couple. I just thought I'd point that out. No, it really is. Yeah, for it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you're ready. You're ready
And that was the end of that interview right there.